What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Halligan, and after a short break down to Cancun, I am feeling refreshed, revitalized, and ready to get back into making some more biathlon content. And now, no, I cannot confirm nor deny that I was down in Cancun with a good, legendary cross-country skier friend of mine, but I don't know, you be the judge. Just take a look at this picture, you be the judge. In today's episode, we're going to talk about SMART goals and what a SMART goal is and how it can help you achieve your dreams and aspirations in biathlon. Whether you're a master who's just starting out and wanting to get better, or you're an elite senior or junior racer who's trying to reach that next level, having a goal is really important. So today we're going to talk about what's an appropriate goal. How can you sit down and figure out a goal for yourself, and also how it ties into the big picture. But first, if you're new to the channel, why don't you go hit that subscribe button, because I love coming out with more biathlon content. There's going to be coaching videos like this, there's going to be product reviews, there's going to be biathlon breakdowns, there's going to be loads of biathlon content. So if you like biathlon and you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and you'll be up to date on all the latest content that comes out. Here we go. So a SMART goal is not just a goal that you dream up and you're like, yeah, that's a pretty SMART goal. SMART is actually an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So we're going to break down each piece of that and figure out how you can establish your own SMART goals for this season. But first, why are having goals important? What is the purpose of having a goal? Well, at the beginning of every season, and this is why I'm doing this video now, is because it's the start of a training season, we like to sit down and actually outline some objectives for the season. And it's really important that we establish a SMART goal like we're talking about here. It'll keep you on track for the season, and it'll also provide motivation as you go through the season. If you have an effective SMART goal, you'll be able to look at your progression during the training year and during the racing year, and you'll know, are you on track or are you just blindly going through the process? So a good SMART goal will not only guide you in trying to achieve this goal, but it will also give you some feedback and sort of be a benchmark as to whether or not you actually are improving and are on track to reach this accomplishment. All right, so let's start at the top. SMART starts with S. S stands for specific. And this is really important because when you're coming up with a goal, you don't want to just say, get better. Because what does that mean? Say you shoot a 250 on a 30-30 shooting test, and then you do it again and you shot a 251. Technically, that's better. Did you achieve your goal? Technically. So that's why specific is a really important goal. Obviously, if you're talking about season-long goals or something that you want to accomplish in terms of performance, you're probably going to be talking about a results-based goal. So a specific goal of mine might be top 3 at nationals, or qualify for the Olympic team. Something like that, where it's specific, it's either you did or you didn't. When there's too much vagueness in the goal, right off the bat, you're sort of missing the opportunity to use it as a benchmark to improve yourself. Okay, now let's move on to M, measurable. Now this is also really important, because going back to our first example, if I just said, get better, what does that mean? Going back to my example of wanting to place in the top 3 at nationals. Number 3 is a measurable goal. If I placed 4th place at nationals, sorry, I did not achieve my goal. But placing top 3 at nationals, that is setting the benchmark and the standard for myself that I have to achieve. So it's specific in that there's something I have to accomplish. It's measurable in that there's a certain number associated with it. And then we're going to move down to A, which is attainable. And this is a big one because a lot of people, they're just going to throw a goal out there, and then at the end of the season, they either make it or they don't. But they don't really think about the attainability of their goal. Last year at Nationals, if I came in 4th place and my goal this year is 3rd place, that's pretty attainable. But maybe last year at Nationals, I was 10th place and I was over 10 minutes back. Trying to get in the top 3, that might not really be attainable. And the A and the R, which stands for realistic, actually kind of go together. Because is it attainable in that you can actually accomplish this goal, and is it also realistic? Like, if I just started doing biathlon this year and I made my goal as qualify for the US Olympic team this season, that's not really realistic. That's not really something that I can accomplish. So it's important to make sure that you're not only doing something that you can grab, but making sure that it's something that is realistic and within your boundary. The final one is T, and that stands for timely. We don't want to just arbitrarily put out place top 3 in a race this season, because there's so many opportunities, there's so many places where you can slip up and not hold yourself accountable. Like maybe at the first race you come in 10th place and your goal was top 3 in a race this season. Well, you know, you might just say, okay, well, I have plenty more races to go. You keep slipping, and then by the end of the season, you don't accomplish your goal. Having a very timely and precisely set goal is really important in that it'll hold you accountable for actually achieving your goal at the right time. So going back to my place top 3 at nationals, maybe there's not a specific date on that goal. So one thing I can do is say place top 3 in the sprint at national championships in 2022. So when you're deciding a goal for yourself, try to come up with something that is specific, measurable, attainable for yourself, but also realistic for yourself, and also timely. So I'm going to give a few examples of some good SMART goals and some bad just goals. I don't even know if you could call them goals. Okay, so first one that I see often, especially in biathlon, when I ask athletes, what do you want to accomplish this season? They say, get better at shooting. Okay, well, again, that's not really any of these attributes. It's not specific, it's not really measurable, it's not timely. So the better way to maybe set yourself a SMART goal for the shooting season would be raise my 30-30 shooting test by 25 points. So that brings in some specificity, and it also brings in some measurability, and then comes down to the timely. Let's see if we can do this by our last test in the fall. So maybe say increase my 30-30 shooting test by 25 points in November before the season. So it's a goal that has some specificity to it. It has a deadline and a cutoff, so that way you know as you're working towards it, you're supposed to be putting a little pressure on yourself to say, hey, your deadline's coming up, you gotta achieve this. Here's another one that I get a lot of. I want to improve my technique. And I know this one can be really hard, because how do you quantify technique? How do you look at someone's technique and say, oh yeah, they have good technique or they have bad technique? It's really qualitative. Technique can be something that's sort of suggestive, and what one person does might not be the same technique that another person does, but both athletes are equally as fast. So when it comes to technique, it's a lot harder. But one thing that you can do, instead of saying, I just want to get better at my technique, is you can set process-oriented deadlines for yourself. Say, for example, I want to do 4 technique sessions a month throughout the summer. That's a specific and measurable goal. You have 4 sessions that you want to accomplish. That could be attainable. I mean, out of the 31 days, you have to just devote 4 of those days to developing technique and working with a coach on technique. And it's also realistic and timely. Like, there's nothing that says you can't do that, and you have 30 days or 31 days to accomplish this goal. So this goal is not as specific as, going to a race or going to a testing event and seeing if you can achieve a new result. But this is a smarter goal than just saying, I want to improve my technique this year. Because by dedicating and devoting time to trying to accomplish this goal, you will, hopefully, if you're working with a good coach, you will see that improvement. Alright guys, I hope this information helped. If it did, hit the like button so that way the YouTube algorithm knows that you guys are liking these videos, and it tells me that you guys are liking these videos, and I can devote more time to getting videos out for you guys. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I am coming out with new content, hopefully every week, more coaching videos, product reviews, just commentary on biathlon in general. So if you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button and you will be up to date on all the videos that come out. But until next time, we'll see ya.